Content Catchup.
Friends and enemies, welcome to the last episode of 2021. Jules is he's just woken up, let's be honest, but we're ready to go. Talk to us, Jules. What's going on? How's your Christmas?
Talk to you. Let me tell you, my Christmas was good. Merry Christmas to all our listeners. If you celebrate the season, Merry Christmas. We all hope you had a pleasant day enjoying it with your family and friends, or if you didn't, well, I'm sorry to hear it. But things going well, Michael. I have probably drunk and eaten more food since Christmas Eve than I have in the entire year.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? And I'm always on you
season's for.
To eat properly. So have you eaten well?
I have eaten extremely well, perhaps too well. So I'm going to have to get back onto that diet pretty soon after this, that eat well diet.
Okay,
but
that's all right.
How about you, Michael?
How about me? Look, I'm pretty full as well. You got to treat yourself, but I have to admit,
full of shit.
Yeah, full of shit. Probably quite literally. Probably quite literally. I just enjoy snacks a bit too much. So I had to go on the treadmill yesterday just to make myself feel a bit better, because like once those, Christmas bickies are in front of you, like try and stop me.
Right. You can't stop. Mine's Christmas log. Do your family do Christmas log?
Christmas log? No, I had a Christmas log this morning. Didn't really make sense, did it? What's a Christmas log? Is it like a fruit cake or something?
It's like I think it's like condensed milk with like biscuits. Like you crush up the biscuits, you mix it up with condensed milk, you put like dried fruit in it as well.
Oh.
And then you roll it in coconut and you put it in the fridge, and it goes like a slice almost. But you shape it in the shape of a log.
Wow, it sounds like how
it's delicious.
Sounds like how Elise made run balls actually. Because I had to find the condensed milk for the run balls, and I was close to cracking the shit.
Taking you forever.
I didn't find it, but
mate, it's in the baking section.
It's not though. It was near the milk, like the normal milk.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
It's very logical, but like I was told 100% it's in the baking section, so I was just staring at Woolies, FaceTime Elise, go to Aldi, FaceTime Elise, crack the shits left.
Do you reckon Elise just sent you to the shops for a bit of peace and quiet?
Probably.
She very well knew where the condensed milk was, but sent you on a wild duck hunt.
It wouldn't surprise me
Goose
because she knows how long it... Yeah, I don't know. Goose hunt? No, that's not it. But she knows how long it takes me.
My mum used to do that to so we're getting distracted. My mum used to do that to my dad because my dad has no idea of where anything is in the supermarket. Sometimes he'd even get lost going to the supermarket, like couldn't find where it is in the shopping centre. So she just used to send him old Slam Duncan. But let's, I don't want to steal from your intro, but I can see here in the run sheets that we're going to talk Christmas presents.
Yeah, well, why not? It's what we all like Christmas for if you celebrate it.
Now, can we finally reveal who you had as your KK?
Yes. So we actually revealed it last week, didn't we? But I told you to cut it out because I didn't want Darren.
I cut it out, so no one knew.
Yeah, didn't want Darren getting spoiled. But I got Darren. Got him a new gaming headset because with PS5 on COD, you want that surround sound. You really want to be immersed in it, and we weren't until now. He has a real gaming headset, so he looks cool. Playing better than ever. His form's good, so shouts Darren.
So you and Darren now both have PS5s?
Yes, but I got the gaming headset for the KK.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Did he like it? Have you tried it out yet?
We played yesterday. As I said, his form's definitely lifted. I'm not going to say it's the headset, but I'm not going to not say it. But yeah, got Darren. But yeah, I mean, do you want to know what else I got? Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah, that's what we're getting at. What'd you get?
Look, I was just mainly a few clothes vouchers. Nothing too exciting, but very practical. I just want new clothes. What else did I get? Jeez, bits and bobs.
Jeez, must have been an exciting Christmas 2 days ago that you can't even remember.
No, I mean, me, not much excites me, but I got no, it does. I just don't show it.
Sorry, Elise.
Mum did a fantastic drawing of Reggie. So
yes,
that was my KK.
Shouts, Mom.
Yeah, that was superb. Cute.
We should get that up on the screen somewhere.
We will.
That's a really good drawing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check out my Instagram.
If anyone's looking for some,
at Mike Wolf is on my story. Yep.
Why wouldn't you just put your mum's art page Instagram in there?
No,
Wouldn't
I did.
That be better?
I tagged her.
No, but like, just shout her out now. Give her the promo.
I think it's
that she
just
deserves.
at Monica Barbian, if I'm not mistaken. But it'll be pretty obvious. Thousands of followers, and I'm not even joking. It's over 1,000, so pretty impressive.
We should leverage off her then. Maybe
Yeah,
she could post our show.
We'll
on.
get her to. That's a great call. What did you get? What did you score on?
What did I get? I got this lovely new Garmin
Tattoo.
watch from my lovely partner.
Okay, and
I did get a couple of new tattoos, but that was a couple of weeks ago.
did you? What did you get? I want to know what you got now.
I got some writing
It's gonna get real personal.
under my knee.
Yeah.
Under my knees.
Sparks.
And
What
then
font?
I got tattoo font, I think was the official font that we landed on. And I got some writing behind my ears.
Okay.
Which was interesting. Interesting experience.
I'll talk to you offline about what they mean, because I like to know every single tattoo. And I actually had this conversation completely off topic, nothing to do with the pod here, about what font you get tattoos in. So you're saying there is actually a tattoo font?
Well, you can get whatever font you want. Like you can rock there with some Korean U or some
Comic Sans.
Jokerman if you wanted to. Comic Sans.
Don't want a bit of Tahoma.
But you go nothing goes bad with Verdana.
What? Fonts. Let's talk about it.
Fonts. Let's talk
it's
fonts,
interesting.
everyone. This is the font catch-up
Oh,
now.
webbing. What's webbings?
Webbings, symbols. You go with an idea of. This is really not relevant to content, but you take a few examples of the fonts that you like, and then you discuss with your artist whether it fits in well and whether it doesn't. But my artist does like a lot of thicker lines, so we went for a thicker font.
Okay. And you have the same artist? You're loyal to your...
Yes,
design?
I've probably 80% of everything that I've got done, I've gone from the same guy.
Beautiful. Do you want to shout him out?
Which is good. Shannon Hodgkin Tattoo.
Shan.
Works out at Whiskey and Barrel in, where is it? Seddon? Yarraville? One of those ones.
Whoop whoop.
But yeah, shout out Shan.
Yeah, nice, Shan.
It's not.
Sorry,
Nice, Shan.
I took you off the subject of your watch. So you got your watch. What else do you score? What's special about the watch?
It's the new Garmin. So it's a new running watch for me, but it's also a little bit of a smartwatch, so I can get my my notifications up here. So if you want to test it out, like if you message me right now, just pop up on my watch.
All right, quickly. So fun fact,
Yeah,
I've only ever owned one watch. I think it was probably like a Batman one, and I've as a kid never owned a watch beyond that. Fun fact.
You should bring it back. Here it comes. Ready?
So I've just messaged him.
There it is.
Oh, nice. Yeah, great gift.
I can't twist my arm that way, but you can see it. It says hi, everyone.
That's really good.
Can't reply to it from my watch, but it's good
I
to
can
see.
definitely read. So this doesn't add well at all to your lack of replying to text.
Nah.
So in fact, this actually makes it worse because you see them and you're like, oh, fuck it, I'll just leave it.
I'm up to 341 if that makes you feel better.
Jesus Christ.
But yes, I got that. We're getting off track. Let me quickly wrap up my Christmas for you. Got a bottle of gin or two. Magazine subscription, which I was really actually like stoked with. I love magazines, and I just think because I can't read books because I don't have the attention span, but I like magazines because you can flick through.
You like the pictures?
Like the pictures.
What magazine?
Runner's World. So I'm really diving into this running.
You told
gone
me
hard into it.
You told me you hated running last
Still
year.
hate running.
You
but
got a
I'm
magazine
into it now.
subscription and a new watch based off running. Change your I was going to say your hates into passions, but that's not a dislikes.
That's
into
the way to
passions.
do it. That's the way to do it. But and I got some restaurant vouchers. So
that's beautiful.
wonderful times at Christmas.
Okay, that sounds good. It sounds like you did well. So congrats to you and your family, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Let's quickly touch on 2022, shall we? Last episode of 2021. I just wanted to quickly throw this to you because we were inspired by Edwin about last season sometime where we started talking about 3 positives of our week. So I want to talk about 3 positives for next year. So anything
for next year, so predicting some.
No, like more like things you want to focus on. So for you, one might be running.
Yep.
Want to be better at running. Do you have anything else? What's 22 look like for you, Jules, is what I'm asking.
Oh, geez, those are fucking New Year's resolutions. Have you thought about this already? I feel like you've thought about this.
Not resolutions. I like to go with goals. Or just focuses. So like one...
All right.
Yeah, go on.
Running. Yeah, definitely. I'd like to run a marathon. That's one positive thing I want to do.
Halfway
I want to get better running. Halfway there. Living on a prayer.
Break it into song. We'll bounce back. So you got
Yeah.
running. I got I'll be more present. I know a lot of people say that, but I think sometimes I think about too much what's next. I just want to be, whether that's even just watching a TV show without looking at my phone. Put the phone away.
Yeah.
Example one.
That's deep. I like that. That's a good
It's not
one.
meant to be deep. It's just realistic.
I think being present's deep.
Yeah. Presence.
Number two, I'd like to get
Build.
this better. This podcast, like it's good. But I think we can do
Fucking
better.
hell. All right. I thought we're going pretty well.
No, we are going well. But you know what I mean. I want to get better at this.
Yeah. Well, look.
I think on the back of that, I think last year, like during the year, it got hard when we were working. So I think like that's what I mean. Like I want to be better at managing this during work.
Yeah. Okay. On the back of your running, I think I'd like to share the bit more fitter. I think during lockdown, basketball wasn't on as much, so treadmill is really or walking the dog. But seeing as hopefully basketball will be back, I'd like to feel a bit fitter. I think would be a good one for me. It doesn't help that my podcast hosts jokes about me being fat all the time and body shames me, but it's not funny, guys. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. All right, you got a third?
Barker.
It sounded really serious, listeners, when it really wasn't. It's fine. I'm okay.
Third.
I'm okay. He's bullying me.
I think I want to. I like the one that you said with being present because I think that's something I need to get better at. But I think like be more willing, like find a bit of work-life balance. I think that's my being present equivalent.
Yeah, it's
being able to switch off from that.
I think it's hard because I feel like that'd be common for a lot of people, but it's just how you got to take like the baby steps of you figure out how, and a lot of it probably starts with your phone. But hey, it's tough out there.
It's a tough world. What's your third one?
Third one, probably a bit more work focused. I've talked to you about this. I'd love to do more stuff on the side, content wise with athletes. So I think a lot of the content we talk about, you do it. Like you create content on athletes as opposed to with athletes. So you go to a basketball game, you take photos, you take videos, but I want to try to break into the world of seeing what the athletes want to do. It's a bit of a goal.
Yep. And you've made some steps towards that already.
Yes.
Haven't you?
Yep. Few reaching out. That's terrible English, but you got
Reach
me.
out.
Try to reach out to a
out.
few people. So yeah, hopefully a few exciting things, but we'll see how it goes.
Wonderful. Well, that's our goals.
That's our goals,
isn't it?
Is that our intro?
That's our goals. That's our intro. Except we need to shout out that the t-shirts have been made.
Yes.
Have you picked them up?
So I got it wrong. They actually were closed until the 4th of Jan. I told you I was going to pick them up yesterday. I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But 4th of Jan. So they've been made. We designed them after the recording of the podcast last week. Like we put it in the order. So very exciting. We'll see how they look.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not shit out.
So we'll hopefully they're not shit out. So we'll be doing the drop-offs and sending once we pick them up, obviously. But thank you to everyone who ordered them.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, well, you missed out.
Exactly.
Didn't you?
And shouts to the people that did on the quick Muller transfer. There's nothing like a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Reliability, or maybe
reliability.
Yeah. Anyway, what have you seen this week?
Mainly, I've been watching a lot of cricket, Bucks. But I did take a break from the cricket to watch, or not watch. There were some important games happening in the NFL this week as they lead into the playoff series. And I want to call out, I think we've called out the Rams before. But, so the Rams are playing the Minnesota Vikings to clinch a playoff position. And they put out a couple of really well-themed graphics.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Just hyping up the game. So this isn't a huge content piece. I should pull that in, say that first. But for those just listening at home, the Rams, obviously a Ram helmet and a Viking, obviously a Viking helmet. What they've done is they've kind of like molded them together, I guess, or combined them. And had the like purple Vikings on one side and the goldy yellow one on the other side. But they've made it look really realistic, so it doesn't look like a cartoon or anything like that. It genuinely looks
like a render
like one helmet. Yeah, that's split into two, yeah. And then they've changed the backgrounds. So one is beachy for LA, obviously, and the other one's like a lake for the Minnesota. It's just really well done, and I think it's like a good example of how a themed graphic can also add to the hype of it all, or like really add a level of professionalism to it. There's not a hell of a lot of detail on it otherwise, but it's just got the game time and whatnot. But it's very visually stirring and catching.
Yeah. No, I really like that. Good use of not using players. Like, how often do you want to do like a game day or a matchup without using players or anything from the team that you'd sort of recognize? That's really cool.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point with the players as well, because this speaks more to Los Angeles v Minnesota rather than like players v players. And they actually backed it up. So Barks, the other link is the end of the game graphic that they put out.
So they sort of themed it.
They themed it. So then the rest is just vision, but they've like put the winning player, I think it's Aaron Donald or whatever, but they've made like a little boat, like a Viking boat, and the sail actually reads Rams win. And on the hull of the boat, I guess, they've got all the teams that they've beaten to kind of like get to where they are.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. So it's just really cool. Like,
yeah, I like that. Good use of
it's good theming. Sorry, is what I'm trying to get at.
No, I was gonna use a similar word, like the theming of it with the mountains and almost like the lifestyle of where the two teams are from, as opposed to here's a footy field, like here's a player celebrating a footy field. Like, it's not like, it's just been overdone. Like, it's just it's not doing the obvious.
Doesn't this make it feel like the whole thing a bit more grand?
Yeah,
like it doesn't just feel like a game of football. Yeah, it feels like you're almost. I mean, especially with the first one with the battle helmets, it really does make the game feel like a war almost. Like, I know that's very dramatic.
No,
but
it's true though.
It really unites in the sense of it. I don't think they did too much more than that. Obviously, those two big pieces would have taken a lot of time.
They've got a cool feel about it though.
They do have a very, very good grid.
We've shouted them out before, I think, because their colours just work.
Their colours work, but their design works. Everything just looks so like it's meant to be. It's similar. All
yeah. No, I really like that. We've shouted them out before, but keep doing you, Rams. Nice.
Yeah, I think also with that, something we touched on before, but like not falling into the trap, and if you can, obviously, of having more unique graphics for a game, or like not just always relying on a template, even though it's an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very good example of theming your graphics based on the game at hand.
Yeah, and I like that they probably we've talked about like the Miami Heats of the world where they put in very little effort. This is going completely the opposite way. I'm putting in a lot of effort, but both work.
But they put in effort, but like the grid, you see the photos are just the hero of it all, and that's how they've themed it up.
Yeah. Good find, Julian. Great start to the show. Let's pick up the energy. I've got a small one as well for me until we get into our beloved segments. But Darrian Traynor, I think I don't know if I pronounced that right, but he's a photographer. I think it's not just sport. I'll read out his title. Photojournalist. I think he's like Getty Images, The Age. You've probably seen his work around. Like he's even done like a lot of the rallies. I think it's like more news focused as well. Oh, my photo just fell down. Anyway, I'm shouting out Darrian's work for. I just want to get this right. So he's done a series of working to play photos with AFLW players. There's a few examples here, but he's basically highlighting, I guess, bringing exposure to the fact that AFLW players are semi-professional, even though we know they're professional. It's just like what they do, and their hours, I guess, is just the semi-professional. But what they do outside of work, outside of footy, is pretty amazing. So, like, this Working to Play series basically highlights a series of AFLW, almost like player portfolios of what they do. So I'm just going to read out a sentence from his first post of these, just sort of introducing what it is. But AFL Women's is Australia's national semi-professional Australian rules football league for female players. AFLW player salaries operate on a tiered system, with the highest salary for an AFLW player in season 2022 set at $37,000 for players on tier 1 of the pay scale. But which is pretty like extraordinary to see. Like it's just I guess that's why I'm sort of giving him a shout out of. It's pretty shit house. Like, that's awful.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking when you see that compared to like a rookie in a lot of leagues, male rookies, I should say, and who are earning 65, 70.
It's ridiculous.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one part of it. And I guess that's probably his aim. But what these players do outside of playing footy is pretty extraordinary. So he's highlighted. This is just one. So Grace Campbell. This is Grace Campbell. Yeah, she's 25, plays for the Kangaroos, and works as a registered critical care nurse based in Bendigo. And so Darrian's just done photo shoots in a studio, it looks like, but they're just basically one shots of Grace in a Guernsey, Kangaroos Guernsey, one in her nursing kit, and then one split. And I think that's a real powerful image that he's duplicated from a lifeguard. There's an Australian information technician in the Australian Army, nurse at the Royal Melbourne Hospital, police officer, lifeguard. And if you think about the amount of hours and energy we put into something like our jobs, imagine doing this and then playing footy, let's just call it full-time, because the hours they do is essentially that, like the effort they put into. It's bloody extraordinary. Yeah. Like, and I just wanted to, shout out, I guess, Darrian for whoever idea it was, and the girls involved for sort of highlighting it, because I think it's a really cool piece of, like, important content.
Yeah, I saw this on The Guardian the other day. I think it's where it was published. And you're right, the split images is probably like the coolest one.
Yeah.
Where it just shows like there's how they have to split their time almost. Like,
yeah.
It is messed up. Like, you're right. Having seen it firsthand, like the girls come in from about 5 o'clock on whatever day it is, and we'll stay till 10 p.m.
Normally earlier.
Still have the regular, still have the regular media commitments, like, to try and balance throughout their working day.
Yeah.
And then also have to go and play games on the weekend, travel, whatnot. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
It's actually
and then be
unreal.
A police officer full time on the side.
Imagine trying to balance that stress of being a police officer and then like coming into work and coming into the footy and like having to deal with that.
You know, it's a real eye opener for this, like, just of how like wrong it is. Like, if you saw big name players go, Dusty Martin, photo shoot, he's split with a cop uniform. He's on the side of playing for Richmond, winning all these flags. He's a cop. Like, we'd all look at that and be like, I don't know, like, it's just sort of, imagine seeing that. It's stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't really know how to put it into words, but imagine seeing that and seeing, Dusty Martin's a cop on the side. You're like, well, what the hell?
Yeah. Look, like, it's so cool that they all have careers outside of footy, but how good would it be if they
didn't have to
be able to make like a living wage out of it? Well, you also look at like, people always criticize Taylor Harris for, promoting herself so much, but that's how she makes a living out of being an athlete.
Love it.
Like, she's number one. She also plays 2 sports. Like, she's a world-class boxer and then also plays AFLW.
That's the other...
But still has to do all this promotion on the side.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the other part I don't think gets talked about enough. Like the... there's a couple for... I've completely gone blank. There's a couple for Richmond AFLW that I know of that play professional basketball and footy. Like, how incredible is that?
Like Monique Conti.
Yeah, Conti and there's, I think, Tessa Levy. There's another one that... play. But how incredible is that? Like, that's another point to this that's just crazy. Anyway, just wanted to draw to a bit of serious content.
Really cool photos,
really cool,
though. Yeah, just if you're talking about it from a content perspective, well composed as well. Like, very simple, straight down the barrel.
Look,
well lit.
Well lit, man.
Yeah.
They're all, it's like, you don't want to draw attention. You don't want to like draw attention to anything fancy in the background. So you just, you want to see what the whole photo is for. Then that's that split down the middle.
Yeah.
Which is pretty simply well edited, I think.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
On ya.
Cool. Darrian. Second installment of the biggest segment introduction.
Are you going to sing it?
No, we've got a sting for that. Play it.
And have we had any feedback on the sting?
I haven't. Have you?
No, I haven't heard anything. Haven't heard
I
anything.
think it's superb. Well, I mean, you were the ideas, man. I was just the executor. But we've got...
Yeah, you did it well.
So if you missed the episode last week, Mic'd Up is a new intro. New segment, sorry. Pretty self-explanatory, but we want to see funny mic'd up bits of audio from sport during the week. I've got a couple here, and I've noticed you put a link in, so thanks for getting behind it. It means a lot.
That's all right.
This is one from a couple of weeks ago that I want to bring up. This is another NBL example, and NBL is bringing the goods for this segment. Background to this, Dean Vickerman, coach of Melbourne United. So when they go to the timeouts in the huddle, they mic up the coaches, and I believe they're all told not to swear, but obviously that doesn't always happen, so you get some good bits of audio. But background to this is Dean Vickerman clearly not happy with his team, who's down to Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Kyle Adnam is a player for the Phoenix, used to play for the Melbourne United squad under Vickerman, so Dean Vickerman used to be his coach. But I want you to listen to how Dean Vickerman talks about Kyle Adnam's defense.
You go one-on-one attack, go ahead and score on Kyle Adnam. He's the fucking shittiest little defender in the league. Go ahead and score on him. All right, you have to make that play.
Just prime mic'd up. we love that.
Just go ahead and score on him. He's the shittiest little defender. That's brilliant.
Such disrespect.
Well played.
He's actually the captain of the other team too, just quietly.
But a shitty defender.
But the shittiest little defender in the league.
That's brilliant.
I just like the look at Matthew
You go
Dellavedova.
one-on-one attack, go ahead and score on Kyle Adnam. He's the fucking shittiest little defender in the league. Go ahead and
He just
score
sort of
on
takes
him. All right, you have to make that play.
That just goes to show they're not actually listening to him, because if a coach said that to me, or like someone said that to me, I'd piss myself laughing.
Second installment, AJ sent this through of
AJ,
Joey,
God bless you.
God
You're a
bless
good
him.
man.
What is Joey Bosa?
Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa?
NFL.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I think it's San Diego Chargers. Might be wrong.
might be wrong.
Let's have
Might
a
be
look.
right. Anyway, he sent through this mic'd up TikTok from the
Yeah,
team.
Chargers.
The whole thing is pretty funny. Seems like a pretty funny character, but I just want to go about 15 seconds in about professional athletes are not always talking about the game. Here he's telling a teammate about nearly conquering a video game called Dark Souls. Let me just find it.
You did. Smashed it. About 15% away from beating Dark Souls 3.
15?
About 2 bosses, 2 or 3 left.
I just think it's a funny example that their mind's not on the game and he's clearly not
They're
talking
just
about the
thinking
game.
about anything else.
Yeah. Quick running through these. Let's go to yours, Julian.
Okay. Now, stop this because this will play straight away because it's a TikTok.
Okay. We need background, do we?
Yeah. So, background, cricket has been going off in my life for the last month, I want to say. And I went to the Boxing Day test.
How was it?
And it was...
I just want to ask, how was it? I mock cricket, but I can appreciate a lot of people enjoy it. So let me just say that.
Look, let's take the cricket out of it.
Okay. Beers.
Because I know you don't like cricket. Let's take the beers out of it as well, because I know that's also not everyone's jam. But, you know, it was really fun.
What?
Being in a stadium and actually watching live sport.
Yep. Atmosphere.
I have taken for granted how good it is. And like, cricket is a long game. Obviously, like it went for 8 hours and that's how long we sat there. But it didn't feel like 8 hours. There were 4 of us there. Went with my couple of friends and my brother-in-law. And we all just sat there and we just spoke the whole day. Had like a couple of drinks, had some sandwiches. And before you know it, it's final over and ready to go home.
Yeah.
You just don't even...
Yeah, I mean, I've never experienced it, but I can appreciate it.
But yeah, it was fun. So in this recent series, Marcus Harris has not had a very good run with the bat, let's say.
Okay.
He's been shit out. But yesterday, he actually scored his highest score so far this series, but had a little bit of luck. So for those who don't watch cricket, you can challenge a wicket if you don't believe it's right.
Okay.
Unless it's obviously out, right? So LBW and caught behind, you can challenge. And Marcus Harris got a decision where the umpire had called him out for an LBW and he decided to challenge, was successful in that challenge, as it showed that like the bat was hitting the ball first before it hit the pad. And then this was the interaction that happened with the bowler after that.
Let's hear it.
Do you think or no?
I wasn't like 100% sure, but I had a big mark on me back. I sort of thought I might like clip both pads and maybe a little inside edge. Hotspot's fucking hopeless.
Do you think or no?
That's one thing I've seen pop up on Twitter, just the interaction of, like, you don't need to know anything about the sport, but the interaction between the... Is there a mic on the stumps? Is that why we hear it?
Yeah, there's a stump mic there, so you can hear pretty much everything that goes on.
Hotspot's
so
hopeless.
yeah, Hotspot's fucking hopeless. But yeah, it's just funny because they obviously all know each other as well, and that's the beautiful thing about cricket. They all know each other from playing around the world, and they just have chats throughout the day.
Yeah. No, I like that.
That's my contribution to Mike Duff.
That's exactly what we're after here. And
Wonderful.
I had to nearly put a tweet out because the nominations were just overwhelming. A lot of spam emails, but we move on. We move on, Jules.
We move on.
To you.
To me.
What?
I'm sorry, that's my fault. You've been driving this so much. Hey, Bucks, I know
changed.
last week you made fun of me for wanting to put egg on my Nutri-Grain. But let me tell you about something I did enjoy over the Christmas period.
Yes.
A little bit of eggnog.
Did you actually? I've talked about this. No, I haven't. I was listening to a podcast talking about it. And have you had it? I've never had it. It sounds.
I didn't have it on this Christmas, but I've had it before. It's weird. It's like drinking custard.
Yeah.
I was just trying to do an intro for Egg of the Week.
Nice. That was a good recovery from you. I went to have eggs the other morning, just off track, and they were off, so I couldn't have any eggs.
How long had they been in your bloody fridge for?
I don't know, 2019.
2 years. Anyway, do you want to kick us off? Because I've got an egg boss.
Yeah, well, you love your egg bosses. It's a real fine line of breaking the rules. My egg of the week. What is my egg? I don't actually remember. Oh yeah, not a sport one. Just
brilliant.
Sydney Hospital told people that told 400. Not one, not two, but 400 people they tested
400.
negative for COVID when they're actually positive. I don't need to say anything. They're eggs. I don't understand how you do it, but you're an egg.
That's a big fuck up. That's 400
That's
people
huge.
that have then gone out and gone like, yeah, sweet, no COVID.
You just have to
and
wonder.
then rocked up.
You just have to wonder, like, the behind the scenes nature of these things. Of how is it one person that, like, I don't know. If you had a bad day,
surely
that
it's more than
sucks.
one. You had a bad day. Okay, so I want to, before you click on this link, good friend of the show, good friend of ours, Cripsy. So I was talking to Cripsy yesterday, and this is where the egg portion of it comes in, right? This is the first part's the egg. So Cripsy, he has a condition where his bones break very easily, so is in a wheelchair when he goes out to try and mitigate that, I believe. Anyway, he was at the cricket and we were talking about the game and I'm like, Nathan Lyon's going to last longer than Marcus Harris. And he messages me and he's like, I'm going to last longer than Marcus Harris and I've just busted my elbow. So I messaged him back. I'm like, what do you mean you just busted your elbow, mate? Like, what have you done? So he'd fallen out of his chair and because of his condition has broken his elbow. So if we click on the link now, you can actually see how bad he's busted it because he's got a 3D render of his so he's in hospital now. He's all right.
Yeah, it sounds like a really brutal egg on your behalf.
It sounds like a brutal egg, but my egg is like, how did he fall out of his chair? So he's busted his elbow pretty well. He's just had a spill out of his wheelchair and hadn't even had a drink. So had to sit there with a busted elbow. So this is where the boss comes into it though. Play the music. So
Yeah, we get it.
egg falling out of the chair. Boss, I'm like to him, Cripsy, surely you're going to the hospital. Like you've got a broken elbow.
Oh,
He messages me back. He's like, nah, I'm going to wait till lunch and then I'll go. So he stayed at the cricket for another 3 hours watching it and then decided to go to the hospital.
Surely is in incredible pain.
I think he would have been. And that's why he's my boss because nothing comes between cricket and a man.
That's incredible behaviour from you, Cripsy. You
On your
absolute
Cripsy,
nutter.
get better.
Yeah, I hope you're well.
Get well soon. If anyone's into Twitch, make sure you check out his channel, Cripsy AU.
Yeah.
Give it a subscribe. It might help him. He might live stream from the hospital knowing.
Oh, maybe he's back at the cricket. I don't know if it's still going today. Maybe he's back there. Yeah, that's a good crossover. Hope you're Cripsy.
Hope you get better soon.
Get better soon, please do. Opposite sort of segment is our favourite. Well, you already sort of introduced it this week, Jules. Boss of the week. What have I got for you? Well, another NBA example, but I just wanted to boss the NBA and the Golden State Warriors for letting Draymond Green's son help out during I think it was on Christmas as well. So part of the boss is letting him be with his dad on Christmas Day, but he's just a little towel ball on the bench, and they're undefeated while he's part of the Warriors staff. So no, it's just a visual example.
That's very wholesome.
Yeah, very wholesome.
Yeah.
He's basically just cute little kid with his Marvel t-shirt, just walking the sidelines, giving Steph Curry his towel, giving him their mask when they're back on the bench. And yeah, they're undefeated since helping out. And I think it's a little note, as I said, that obviously players and kids can't spend with their family on Christmas Day because they're playing games. And here he is on the road with his team. Well done.
It's very nice. Good find.
Thank you.
Good boss.
Do you have one? Or is Cripsy your...
Cripsy is my boss. Yeah.
All right. So
Anyway.
that's it.
Actually,
No? Okay.
I've got some exciting news for you, Michael.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
And this is going to be a first, but I have been in discussions with our next guest.
Breaking.
So you're going to find out as everyone else finds out.
Okay, here we go. Hope it's good.
So long-time listener, but first-time guest will be our first guest on the new side of the new year.
Spit it out.
Spit it out. Lockheed Rayner
Oh, yeah.
will be joining us. So Lockheed currently works with the Australian Motor Grand Prix Corporation. I hope I haven't butchered that, but also has a bit of a background in athletics live streaming and starting his own kind of business on the side there. So Lockie will be our first guest of the new year. So if you got your F1 questions ahead of the Grand Prix here in Melbourne in March next year, get them in.
Love it. Bit of different sport for us. Different background. He's
Yeah.
also... Is he still an AFL umpire? Am I just imagining that?
I don't know if he's still an AFL umpire, but he was an AFL umpire back in the day. Might still do some VFL. Imagine
Okay.
that's a pretty hectic schedule.
You'd sound
But-
like it. But he sounds like he's got a bit going on. Good get.
He does have a bit going on. Yeah. So, we'll work out a time and he'll be our first guest next year.
How exciting. I'm ecstatic.
How exciting. I'm stoked.
No, it is a good one. He's been someone that we've talked about having on for a while, so good get. And we look forward to having him on.
But on the back of that, friends, enemies, this is the last show for 2021. And what a show it has been, but what a year it has been. More than that.
Huge.
We've had an interesting year, so thanks for sticking along for the ride. We hope that this show brings you a little bit more joy as you go through the weeks, and it helps you find the content that you're looking for. Isn't that right,
beautifully
Michael?
said. Have a good break.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Yeah.
And we hope you achieve everything you desire in the year 2022.
Wow.
I tried to build off the back of your little...
You tried to
spiel.
build off the back of it, but more so, just keep listening to the bloody show.
Yeah, I
And,
mean, that's all we
we'll
really care about.
Send through any recommendations for content for guests. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And we'll see you next year.
Goodbye.
Peace out.